So we're going to have a look at replacing the Xenon globe in these headlights. The inner headlight here, this one, just has a normal H7 globe in it. They're pretty straightforward. You just switch out the globe. This guy here with the big lens on it is a Xenon globe, and they're a little bit more complex. And then the outer ring there has different globes as well for those angel eyes. Over the back here, to get to the big headlight globe, is actually really easy. This clip right here, you just clip it at the top, and that cover comes straight out. It's all nice and tight in here, but that cover comes out. And in here, we see the headlight globe. Now, unfortunately, in here, you see the casing on the wire is all split. Now, I've had a bit of a look, done a bit of research on this. This is a bit of a common problem, and unfortunately, BMW haven't put a recall on it, which is really sad. But this is the second headlight globe that's gone, Xenon globe, which are really expensive in this car. So if you have a look at this, just to touch it, that plastic actually flakes off. That's not supposed to be like that at all, with the bare wires sitting there everywhere. So of course, as soon as they touch, they'll short and blow the globe. So we're going to repair that. We're just going to put some insulation tape and repair. The wires still look good and strong. It's just the casing that they put on them are an absolute disaster. So we're going to pull that spring off and pull the globe out and see how the globe looks. So if you've got a little hand, maybe you can get in there. But mine wasn't little enough, so I've just got a pair of slip joint pliers. These are great. You can adjust them out nice and big. Then I was able to slip those down and give the assembly a twist like that, and then the globe came out. Now, because of the projector on the front of this, I was thinking that this was a Xenon globe, but see, normally a H7 just has a reflector like that where you see the globe. But this has got that lens on it, but as I pull this out, I don't see a ballast on the globe, and I don't see anything. It actually looks like just a standard globe. I don't think it is a Xenon globe, which is cheaper to replace and repair in this instance. We'll see what sort of globe is actually there. But it also does mean that the wiring loom, just as I lift this up, have a look at the wiring loom. Remember, you don't touch the glass of the new globe, the old blown one doesn't matter. Have a look at that wiring loom. The casing's just totally fallen off it. So that'll have to be, I'll have to pull the headlight out so I can get right down in there and then just cover up as much of that wire as possible. But that'll be why it's blowing headlight globes. And if you look at this globe, the filament doesn't look good. It's all wobbly, so it's clearly blown. But I have one of those, so we'll switch it out and see how we go. So here we go. I've just unplugged that. Just these little clips here had to be pulled back with a screwdriver and unplugged it. And I was thinking, is this a fancy globe? I've never seen that on a globe before, but we take that off, and that's just an extra fitting they've got on there, and that is a standard globe. And if you can read it there, 12 volt, 55 watt, and most importantly, the last thing there, H7, which means she's totally a standard globe, which is excellent. I can switch that out, put it all back together, and we'll be good, and I'll insulate those wires so the issue's done. A closer look at these collapsed wires, and the damage to the insulation is only up here where it's been close to the globe, where it's getting hot. Down deep, right down there, there's no damage to the insulation, so I'm just going to tape up the top here and see how we go. I've got just some electrician's tape to get that insulation going again. Again, as I said, the copper core wire looks fine. You could of course get that part, but for today, going out tonight, this is going to do us fine. We'll insulate that up, put the new globe in, and we'll see how we go. Okay, so there's one done. I've done the yellow. Now, the reason it looks a little bit bulky is because I got the electrician's tape, just took off a little bit at a time, and then I folded it in half over the wire. So it went very hard to do with one hand. It went like that over the top of the wire. So I folded it over, actually did a better job folding it in half, So the wire was in here, and then I folded that over again, like that. Totally can't do it with one hand. But then, so the wire was then in a casing like that, and I then wrapped yellow wire around it. Just got little short bits and wrapped it around, so that it was double cased and fully insulated. This is just normal electrician's tape that I've used, and there's the result. And one wire, as I said, the heat damage, which you can see there, the stripped wire on the brown one, is all just up near the globe where it's gotten hot. Down further, it's all fine. So that insulation is now replaced on that wire, and I'll do the brown. All done. That was just poking down from the top. There was a little zip tie on the wires that I clipped so that I could get at them a little bit more. But that's it, done. And it took a lot of care to get right up to the end of the plug here to make sure that was insulated as well. I put a little bit more on the yellow side there, but those wires aren't going to touch each other now. So there you go. Now again, this is a tip I give to show what I've done. Doesn't mean that if you do it your car won't catch on fire or anything like that. I'm not guaranteeing anything, but what I am saying is what was faulty on my car here is that the insulation, you can see it as I've repaired it, has just dropped off down there. But the wires seem fine, so I've simply insulated in a different way. If you had some shrink wrap and a heat gun, if you could. Okay, so this is the other side. As you can see, someone's put some silver tape on there, so this is a known issue. And yeah, down the side there, you can see bare wires coming out, and the yellow casing again just cracking and coming off. So I will definitely be pulling that out and repairing this again. So yeah, that's a shocker for BMW. These are just H7 globes. They don't get that hot. So give that side a repair as well. But if you see something like that, you definitely do either need to take it somewhere to get the that little globe holder replaced with new wires on it running down to wherever it goes to, or you need to just get those insulated so they're not going to touch and short out and blow your globes, or do worse. So yeah, we'll tidy all that up, pull that out, get that old tape off, and do those ones up as well. There we go. Side 2 done. There's the plug, and those wires are now insulated all the way down. Same as the other side, away from the heat of the globe, the insulation's holding up fine. So that side's done as well. Okay, so we get our globe and we put the little casing over the back so that these prongs actually line up with the prongs the wire goes onto. And now you see this is a little bit, it's not quite through the middle, so it's a little bit lower than what it is high, and I'm going to put those down. So we're going to put this right down into here, and with a big hand it's really hard in that tight space. We get it down and then get that into position, and then I'll get that so you can get it if you can. That's it. And then just turn, click, and there they go, straight in, nice and easy. And then the lugs here of the plug that we've just repaired, we get that around into position and push that on, click, click, there we go, we're done. So now I'm going to give it a test, and then once I've given it a test, we'll put these covers back on. Here we go. We've turned the headlights on, it's on high beam, that guy's going, and that guy's going. So that there, which looks like a halogen projector because of the lens, isn't. That's a H7 behind a lens. But anyway, they're good lights on this. Had a 2005 X5, and it didn't have the high beam extra going in there. That was just for the, when you pulled the stalk back to flash the lights, and the high beam was shocking. This is a 2007 5 Series, and they've definitely improved by having the inner lights going for the high beam, and it's now got brilliant lights. So there you go, job done.